What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to a special montage with the Ming with rocket launchers, okay? I want to show you in this very video right here why I personally think the rocket launcher Ming is currently the strongest one you can run, if at least you have to, you try to stay alive for a longer time, right? If you try and want to apply your firepower for a very long duration, this is when this particular setup becomes incredibly powerful. And I'll show you my best ever play with the Ming here right in the first match that you're seeing right now, okay? I've already lost a lot of health, but now I'm starting to do a big comeback here, and I'm gonna help my team to success and victory with this one Ming, okay? This guy right there would be dead now, but he used phase shift, but that won't help for a long time. Boom! There you go. And I'm gonna rotate around like a freaking fidget spinner and kill things left and right. Double kill, alright? This guy down to low health. Here we have a target coming in from behind. Boom! Triple kill. This is insane. Boom! Rampage. Alright, so we have our next enemy in front of us. So, he's phase shifting. It's the same dude from just a second ago. He's already proven to avoid any kind of possible damage by using phase shift. I dropped him down to last stand. The rest is gonna be done by my buddy behind me. And there he goes. That's because I took him down to last stand. Voost, godlike! A few seconds ago. Flying up for a second. Bum, 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 bum. Make that beyond godlike. Boom! Big rocket launcher was ready to bypass the resistance on the leeching leech. He's looking at me pretty mean. Comes out, living legend. I told you guys, like a fidget spinner, I'm turning left and right and everything dies. All I gotta do is look at them and boom, they die. So I dropped the last stand on the Outshun. The Outshun is now an easy kill for my buddy over in my team. There he goes. Whoosh! This guy couldn't get in range because he only has 300 meters range, which of course I noticed. So I stayed out. Living legends already. And here is basically the end of this first situation. You see that I have a full Ming in front of me. And although I can in theory do a lot of damage, it turns out he has a better rushing setup. Like he's got those cataclysms, and I'm too close. I didn't recognize the cataclysm at first, and that's why I got too close. And yeah, so the first situation ends, but we did win the match, and I got 5.2 million damage done, 13 kills, 4 beacons capped, and pretty much most of those kills were literally in a few seconds, what you have just seen. And so let's jump into the next game. As I said, this is going to be a big montage. Just the best clips that I could get together right here for you guys with the big rocket Ming. And again, I want to show and prove that the rocket Ming with these big rockets, especially due to this massive splash damage, this very short reload for those big bombs, is actually one of the most dangerous ones to deal with. Because there is no hiding from the rockets, since they have such a massive splash radius. They reach 500 meters far, which is a very good amount of range, and they deliver their 100% full firepower at that range, right? Cataclysm, for example, or Cyclone, they have 600 meters range, but they only deliver a fraction of their firepower at that actual range. Only when you get very close, you can deliver all your firepower with the Cataclysm and Cyclone. As similar goes with the machine guns. The machine guns have a tremendous amount of firepower, but they miss shots, especially against robots. Titans you hit relatively well since they are larger targets, but against robots, you miss most of your shots at high range from 500 meters, simply because that's the spread of the weapons, right? But that doesn't happen with the rocket launchers. They are focused. They're focused. They're one big bump at exactly your crosshair. And so they deliver the 100% full firepower at absolute maximum range of 500 meters. And if you do it like that here, you can even double splash. This is also something the other weapons can't do. If you have targets standing close together, you can double hit them and basically double your firepower, making it even more powerful, right? Also, another advantage, Arthurs are a problem. Even for machine guns, they are a problem. For Cyclone and Cataclysm, even more so, because that physical shield just lasts forever, okay? The only weapon that really gets through a Arthur shield really quick is the Squall and Grom shotguns. And even they require quite a couple of shots before the shields go. And you see here I dropped not only the Arthur, but I also dropped his physical shield in the process because I simply completely ignore that entire physical shield. I simply don't care. So yet another advantage. That's 3 or 4 advantages already. Max firepower at max range, no spread of bullet, no the loss of damage, splash damage opportunity, and then you don't care about physical shields at all, right? And that super short reloads on those Tsar rockets is just insane. Of course, also the Gendarme and Cuirassier, so the, no wait, Gendarme and, what's it called? You know, the Dragoon-like weapons, the laser things. They also do not miss any firepower or waste any firepower at max range, so they are also very good at delivering high firepower at high range. But they have incredible trouble against Arthur shields. And the next thing is, once they're empty, they really have to reload for a very long time. Like, they reload very slowly and generate firepower very slowly. The Tsar regenerates firepower very quickly. However, the Rupture, the small rocket launcher, does not, okay? So it's only something to fly up for a second, unload, and then land again and have full firepower just from the Tsars, right? This is how I usually play. I fly up, I unload everything I've got on the Tsar, on the Ruptures, and then I just let them reload in the background, right? In the meantime, I let them reload. By the way, if you time this well, you see a Hawk is flying. A Hawk, and you know when he's gonna end his flight, you can already send the big bomb boom to them so that they arrive when they start to land and they get the full hit in their faces, even though they're still in the air, because their resistance with the new 6.8 update now ends as they start to land. It no longer ends when they touch the ground, okay? So you have an earlier time to hit them. Here, I'm dropping with the Rupture. I'm sending the Rupture first. You see this, right? I sent the Rupture rockets first in the hopes that the Rupture will already take care of the Typhon shield, and then I follow up with the big Tsar rockets to finish the Typhon immediately after the shield fails. Let's see if it works. Boom, boom. Worked like a charm. So there is a lot of things you can do right about this setup too. You know, spreading firepower, alternating shots, not sending them all at once, but actually in a sequence to drop shields and deal damage at the same time, instead of simply dropping the shield with your big volley. In this case here, I should have waited a second for the shot, but that one is going to finish him off. Boom. And you see this massive HP that you do, this massive damage you do in this short time. See, I unload my entire Rupture on the Minos there, and then it now needs half a minute or maybe even longer to reload anyways, so I may as well just fly up or land, it doesn't really matter, because the Rupture will take a long time to reload, and that gives me, as a now Ming, the opportunity to stand on the ground, have even higher resistance while being on the ground, and still gain full advantage from my firepower in the meantime, reloading what needs reload anyways, right? And yeah, so that's pretty awesome. I mean, I really love this setup. I like the big rockets, I always did. I also like tridents, because they also have this, they pack this punch, and they look as amazing. But these rockets, well, they are in a different league than the tridents are. They are like an entirely different thing. So I missed a shot here, I was trying to anticipate, but now he comes up, I'm unloading that entire Rupture that I've reloaded, and it still wasn't fully reloaded, by the way. Gotten the kill while landing, bam! Oh man, that big alpha you have with these weapons, it's so insane. I just love it, dude. But yeah, so there are a lot of things you can do right about this setup, and I would always suggest you guys to try and experiment around with firing rockets in sequence, especially against shielded opponents. You can also, if somebody is at last stand, you can already, when you think the last stand is going to end, you alternate the shot. Bam, bam. One of them is going to make it, right? That increases the chance that one of your rockets are the first thing that hits him as he comes out of last stand, so you are the one getting that damage, not your teammate next to you, if you do it right, okay? And again, this is going to be a long video, guys, and we're gonna be here for a while, because I'm showing you the best situations I ever had with my flying Ao Ming here on the Battle Rag account, so it's technically not my Ao Ming. I actually don't even have an Ao Ming on my own account. Although I do have a lot of platinum, I could get one, but at this point I'm kind of happy with my Arthur. Also because of all those hawks that are flying around, right? But here we're in the next situation. Again, castle. Somehow my rockets hasn't hit this guy, but that dude is gonna get in trouble. Boom. Come on. Whoa, that reload was somehow longer. Alright, so let's fly up. See this guy down there? 500 meters. Time for some focused firepower. Boom. That's a hawk right there. I'm landing, trying to get in safety from the laser beam. It worked. I would have taken more damage. And again, see him? I know he's now going to land, so I time it that he's still in the air when my rocket hits him. And boom! He takes the full alpha strike from those big Tsar rockets as he is starting to descend. And then, after that last stand, again nicely timed with the last stand ending, he immediately bits the farm. This guy, we know that another advantage, advantage number 4, with those weapons you can shoot through cover. Boom! See that? These force field covers, they only represent cover from any other weapon, but not from the rockets. The rocket splash makes it through the force field, so that means you can do full damage if somebody stands close behind it. So how many more advantages do we need to understand and to accept that these weapons are the best? Of course, if you're really close to someone. If you're really close to someone, then you probably want to have... By the way, that was a double hit. I hit both Titans with that one shot. If you're really close to someone, then you do want to have the shotgun Grom, right? But if you're not that close, you want to have this. Especially in a situation like this where you're doing cover firing, right? Where you walk out, hit your big alpha strike, and then you get back in cover. I'm splashing them around the corner. They normally would be safe from any of the other weapons, but not from the rocket launchers. I am absolutely able to, again, nicely timed here with his ending of the flight ability and the resistance. And boom, there comes the next boom. This is where you want to have the rockets if you play exactly as I am doing it right now. If you use the cover. See, this guy would be in cover, but not from my rockets. I can hit him. It's a massive Titan, so he takes less damage, and he had Reflector going, but now his Reflector is gone. And since he got locked by my teammate, I can make use of the entire firepower of my Ruptures and just splash him down very quickly, right? You unload a lot of firepower when you unload those Ruptures. But of course, in this case, you could, for example, just stick with the big 2 Tsars and experiment having Squall as the 2 shotguns on the outer sides, right? If you need to deal with somebody really quickly, then you can fly up and use those shotguns to deal with them and still maintain the big Tsar rockets in the middle, right? So that is an opportunity or a possibility, something you could be doing. I got suppressed here, so I won't be able to deal the full damage now. But my buddy's going to take care of this Titan, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to take care of this black Nightingale right in front of me. What skin is that? I'm not even sure if I've seen that black skin already. So there goes this guy. Okay, the Arthur is still there, but no longer. And I'm just carrying the match. You see this, right? This one Titan is carrying the match completely here for my team. Oh man, another Nightingale. Uh-oh, and now Minos Titan has spawned. So I think we're getting into a bit of a problem now. Trying to land here and see what we can do. An Ao Ming up in the air. Boom. You see this damage that I did? That was one freaking hit with the Tsar. Let's do the next one. Boom. You see this alpha strike? It is so insane to see how much HP they lose how quickly. And boop, got him with the Ruptures here, and then I land. And I even let my Ruptures still be there. So I could now kill that Nodens very effectively, but I got suppressed by the Nodens, and I have a Nightingale problem. And you know the feeling, right? You know when you have a Nightingale problem in front of you? Yeah, this is what I have. And by the way, guys, if you like this content, the montage, you want to see more, you know, rocking the battlefield, then subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. I would really appreciate having you guys on board. Of course, I am suppressed again, so I can't really kill them. But what damage I did, I doubled because they were both very close together. Again, 5.5 million damage, 14 kills. Extremely hard carried the match, guys. And it's the Nodens. No, it's the Ao Ming with the big rockets. Also, another thing here, the shell robots are getting more and more, right? Shell robots are growing in popularity because they are very effective damage dealers, they're very effective chaos makers and beacon runners. And so they will become more and more relevant, even more so than they already are. And this is where the Ao Ming with Tsar rockets comes in, right? This is where he comes in. Why? Because he's just gonna delete them. He hits them once or twice with the rockets and all shields are gone and the robot is almost destroyed. And you have the easiest time to deal with them. Here, I knew that there was another Hawk because I fired at him before. So I was waiting for him to come out. Again, let's try and time it with his landing. Boom! And exactly as his resistance begins to disappear, my rockets arrive at him. And the only reason he isn't dead yet is because he phase shifted. He phase shifted from the next rockets, which would have otherwise hit him and killed him immediately, even though he was already around the corner. So I got suppressed again by a Nightingale. It seems impossible to have matches where there aren't Nightingales in the air suppressing you these days. But here, before he gets into his flight, I already have him with the big alpha strike of those rockets. The big plasma rockets, plasma bombs from Gendarme, I think they're called, or what is it called? I'm not sure if I'm correct about the name. Those would have also been able to do a lot of damage and maybe kill him before he flies, but the big alpha strike of these Tsars, they do it first. Did you see that, by the way? I was trying to hit him as I fall, and it worked. Look, I sent the big bombs and boom, I hit him in mid-air. This is such a rare thing to happen. Like, seriously, do you know how many times I tried this? I have managed to do it 0 times with success. This was the first time in my life that I was able to land and while falling hit the Nightingale with one of those rockets as I'm falling. I tried it like 100 times and this was the first time ever that it worked for me, guys. So yeah, I'm happy it finally paid off trying this so many times. And I'm pretty sure even the Nightingale player was like, seriously, man? Seriously? You did that there, did you? And I'd be like, yeah, I did. So here's another advantage, something you can do with rocket launchers compared to machine guns. You can also do it with machine guns, but the rocket launchers do it better, hitting tier robots against their physical shields. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, obviously you can hit tier robots and ignore their physical shields. You do not care about them. And not only do you full damage against them, you also take care of that shield in the process. But what I'm about to show you is an advantage that you have if you fight other Ao Mings, okay? Other Ao Mings who are trying to follow you, to be more precise. Let's finish off that tier robot for a sec. You see the Ao Ming in the distance. He also has rocket launchers and he's coming in closer. We know we have 500 meters range. We know the enemy has 500 meters range, okay? So when he's flying towards me, what I can do is I can back off and fire. Because from the moment I am, 500 meters is where my rockets will travel. But I am backing off further, and he is backing in my rocket range. So I can fly backwards, and look, I can hit him with everything I've got, while his rockets don't make it. See that? His rockets didn't make it at all. He didn't do any damage to me, but I did full damage with my initial alpha salvo against him. Now I have to be careful though, because we have a laser Ao Ming coming up, and this guy outranges me. Okay, but this is where this position comes in. I'm waiting out for all his firepower. Now he's fired empty all his plasma salvos, and now he's at low firepower, and this is where I can come in with my big Tsar and everything, right? This is what I mean. The reloading firepower of these laser Mings is very low. Once they're depleted, they don't have any firepower anymore. This is it. You can just, you can just bum rush them then, which you can't do against the rocket launcher version, because although the Rupture will lose firepower, you will end up having to deal with the Tsar that reloads very quickly, right? So I'm having a bit of a problem because the enemy Ao Ming already had more health to begin with, and now he's got the big backup. He's got the backup from the Nodens. He's got the Leech right there. So it's gonna be a problem for me to withstand. Again, the Nodens is on me with his 4 Cyclones. And I'm trying not to get hit by the splash damage from the Ao Ming. I dodge his rockets. I fly up. I hit him one more time with my low HP. I dodge another set of rockets. This was the key. The key to winning, despite only having 59,000 health against his 200,000 health, is flying up, being the first to fire. And I dodge his rockets here because I fly up. So I'm dodging his Tsar. And now he's sending it to the left because I flew to the left. I abruptly change movement to the right, making him miss one more shot. And this was exactly what allowed me to beat 200,000 HP with only 60,000 HP. So we lost the match, but I did 5.6 million damage. I hard carried the match like a boss, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. The enemy team seriously outperformed mine. So yeah, let's jump into one more situation, ladies and gents. Alright, it's Castle. No, it's Dreadnought. It's a Dreadnought, and here's a Leeching Leech, which I do not care about one bit. Because do you know how much percentage of his resistance I bypass with 100% with level maximum Tsars? 100%. I bypass. I checked it before. I bypass exactly 100% of robots' resistance with those max level Tsar rockets. Now I'm not sure if the gendarme, or I'm not sure what the name is, the large laser from the heavy alpha weapon, the laser, does it also bypass 100% resistance? Do you happen to know that, guys? If you do, I would have to start the account now and check in. I'll do that. I'll do that. You don't have to post it. I'll check it for myself. But I was surprised when I saw this. I thought it was like 80%. But you literally bypass 100% of the enemy robot's resistance. 100%. Okay? So the Leech can be leeching as much as he wants. I don't care one bit. It just doesn't matter. It's like he's not leeching. That's the effect. And I'm already I've destroyed so many things. I'm doing so much damage here, but I'm not really able to win the match here because the enemy is, again, way too powerful. But what I am able to do is, again, drop this guy down to no health as soon as I can. Oh boy. Oh, we have a laser Ming on us. Aha! Another Cerberus right there. What's it? There's 2 Cerberuses in this match. You never have 2 Cerberuses. And by the way, what's the plural of Cerberus? Is it Cerberuses? Is it Cerberi? What's the plural of Cerberus? We need to know. It's important. I don't know, man. If you know, tell me in the comments, guys. If you do know what the plural of Cerberus is, maybe it's Cerberi. One Cerberus, many Cerberi. Yeah, whatever. So getting here this guy out of the way best as we can. We have 3 Titans, but we're not gonna turn around this match anymore, I guess, because look how much more power the enemy has in terms of beacons right now. Waiting for his drop on the phase shift and insta kill. Also something only the Tsar can do. Pro number 5. You're the one with this massive alpha strike. You have so much alpha damage that you can kill most robots after they come out of last stand in one hit. If you time it right, you're always the one getting the kill. If you time it perfectly, you're the one getting that kill after the last stand ends from a robot, because you are the one with this incredible alpha damage. And the others who do not have this alpha damage, who require certain time to deliver damage, they won't get that kill. They do not get that damage. You're the one getting that. Boom! Rampage. Wait, we have 3 beacons right now. The problem is that the enemy has a Hawk capturing our center beacon right now, and there's nothing I can do about it at this point, because I can time it nice so that when he lands, he loses his last stand instantly. But I was unable to kill him before he gets the beacon. But again, you saw, I was the one dropping him to phase shift to last stand. I was the one collecting the damage after the last stand, because, well, Tsar Alpha Strike, right? Here we have an Inquisitor. No, what is that? Oh, it's a Fenrir. It's a Fenrir coming in. All right. Again, I ignore 100% of his resistance completely. It doesn't matter how much resistance he's got, 60%, 50%, 40%, 90%, I do 100% damage with my head. So that was me talking to you for 22 minutes, and hopefully you guys are still able to, you know, have a good day after this much blah blah. How do you like this Rocket Ao Ming? Was I able to provide you with a little bit of an, you know, surprising content maybe? Did you maybe get a little bit surprised about the power of these alpha damage Tsars? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching, and also don't forget to tell me what this plural of Cerberus is. Until next time, Manni signing off. Bye-bye.